excited to have all of you here. My name is Dean Hybl. I am the Executive Director of TATT at the Top, and we are just thrilled today to be having this Celebrating Successes kind of, not just an event, but kind of an event, I guess, with the Hughes Investments Elevate Upstate component now, and then the luncheon here in a few minutes. And, you know, and for those of you who have come to our Celebrating Successes event in the past, you know that typically, you know, we have the grant presentations as part of the luncheon, and because this is our 10th anniversary, we have the governor and speaking and things, we said, well, we were going to move this a little bit earlier. And when we first started talking, Phil Hughes and Kimball, his daughter, and myself, you know, we were a little fearful that it might be just, you know, the three of us plus Ingo and Terrence, who are the judges and the recipients in the room. So Phil, I think we've done pretty well. We got a few other people joining us. So, you know, this event, the whole idea of Celebrating Successes is we, and I don't mean we as TATT at the Top, but really we as a community and as an upstate, spend so much time over the year, you know, looking at what are those challenges, what are the things we need to work on better, what are the things we need to, you know, address as a community. And when we started this organization and started our forum series back in 2012, we said, you know, we need to have something at the end of the year where we celebrate our successes, where we talk about the positive things, about the individuals, the organizations, the businesses who are doing great things in the upstate, because we know that we're doing great things. Yes, we have things to work on. Yes, we have challenges and struggles like everywhere. But, you know, if we weren't doing things in a positive way, we wouldn't be a place that people want to live in. We wouldn't be so successful in the things that we are. So this event, you know, is a little bit different than other events and workshops and things that we have and that other organizations have, because today is about celebrating. It's about the positive things. It's about, you know, recognizing, yes, we got to keep moving forward, we got to work, but we also want to recognize and celebrate those doing great things. And so the Elevate Upstate Grant has really been a perfect component of the Celebrating Successes. For those who are not familiar, this Elevate Upstate Grant program really came out of an effort when we first started our driver areas, our Community Vibrancy Task Force, which had at the time 3 co-chairs, 2 of whom are in the room now, Torrance Inman from Union, Terrence Roberts from Anderson, and Nancy Whitworth with the City of Greenville. And they said, you know, we know that there are communities all across South Carolina and the country that are doing great things for vibrancy. And wouldn't it be great if we could compile a list of some of those best practices, great ideas, things, you know, that is being done to create a sense of place and you know, to make a community special. And so we said, yeah, that'd be a great idea. How are we going to do that? Well, fortunately, we have a great university not very far away called USC Upstate, located in Spartanburg, and we had a professor there, Abe Goldberg, that we started working with, and Abe said, well, this would fit perfect for some of my classes to do some research. And so he got his classes over the course of 2 semesters to do a compilation of these great ideas. And then in the spring of 2013, and this was all part of the plan. We were going to do this, you know, compilation, and then we were going to have a workshop where we bring some of those people in. And just amazingly, it actually happened that way. So we had the 50 great ideas, and then in the spring of 2013, we brought in 10 experts from across the country, some in South Carolina, in the Southeast, and others from California, from Texas, from other places, who all were doing great things around vibrancy. And we did a tour for 2 days. Their prize for coming to South Carolina was they got to ride in a van for 2 days around. We went to Spartanburg, we went to Greenwood, we went to the city of Clemson, and then we finished up in Greenville over a 2-day stretch. We had over 350 people who attended one of those workshops, probably some of the folks in this room. But about 2 weeks before we were getting ready to start that workshop, Phil Hughes had been serving as one of the mentors for the group of students from USC Upstate, and he called me and said, you know, this is great, but what we really need to make sure is that some of these projects or ideas, you know, happen in the upstate. How can we do that? And usually, for those of you who work with nonprofits especially, you know that statement from one of your board members is usually followed by, and you need to go do X, right? Well, Phil thinks a little bit different, because he said, I'm going to support doing something. And at that moment, we didn't exactly know what it was, but within a day, I went over and we sat in his office, and right, Phil, within like 1 hour, we had come up with what became the Elevate Upstate Community Vibrancy Grants. I think Lauren came up with the name Elevate Upstate, right? And I don't know, that was so long ago, it's hard to remember. But you know, we came up with the name, and then the process, and here we are 7 years later. 24 communities across the upstate have received vibrancy grants. We have stories that, you know, we could spend the whole time here talking about the impacts that some of those have made across the upstate. Some of you have been recipients and can tell those same stories. So today, this is one of my favorite things, because we have the 5 finalists who will share their pitch for why their grants, why their programs are the ones that are gonna you know, really create vibrancy and sense of place in their communities. But before we get started with that, I do want to call Phil up for a minute just to share a little bit of his thoughts.
Thank you, Dean. Oh, wow, it's a full house. She always look forward to these things. We got to put a coat tie on. You know, it's great. And I do want to thank you for mentioning my wife, and she thinks of everything. Don't get me wrong, everything. I hope she hears how sincere you think. Tell her I said that, please. But, this has been a great thing, and I think it reflects on 10 at the top. What a celebration. 10 years. 10 years from coming from an idea, a simple idea. We're going to grow. We're going to grow. The country's going to grow. It's the greatest country in the world. We're probably the greatest state in the country, the greatest region, and the greatest state. We've got a lot to be thankful for. And if we grow, we're probably going to grow better if we talk to each other. And convening is the word that we often use about 10 at the top. And I was just talking with Carol, and she's head of the United Way, and the idea of saying United Way, you don't have to explain what it does. But she's saying how complex it is to explain what United Way does. We all know what United Way does. Part of our issue is we don't know what 10 at the top does, but we know more today than we did 10 years ago. Thank you, Dean. And we're going to know a lot more as years go on, as we continue to have these successes. And celebrating success is a great thing. I really appreciate all of you being here today. But the idea of 10 at the top and the Elevate Upstate Vibrancy Grants does seem to be a perfect fit as one of those things that came about for that one reason. We were convening. Never thought of it, never even dreamt of doing anything like this. But because people were talking and people were coming up with ideas, and you realize these ideas have a lot of promise to improve your community. I was just reading of it. We've done 24 awards. Hopefully there are 24 things around this community you can go do that otherwise you might not have been able to do. And we're lucky enough to continue to get good applications and keep doing this. We want to just add to that more and more and more. And I'll leave you with just celebrating in my mind success, because all the way back to the first, and many of you may have heard it before, but I just love talking about the mayor of Greer, who I saw earlier today, and here he is. And the first year, we didn't know what we were going to get. We got about 30 applications. And in there from Greer was an application to celebrate with annual festival, all the international companies that do work in Greer, and have some special event for them. Well, afterwards, the mayor told me that, gee, now they've won, they've got to go do it. They've been talking about it for a long time. You know, they can really do it or not. There's a perfect example of what a bit of seed money can just light a fire. Because it continues to go on year after year. We just funded it 1 year. But it brought people together, talking about it, showed what's possible, it's successful, and sponsorships and everything carry on. So it's just a great first-year example that continues to go on. We look forward to that, and we really look forward to great applications this year. We've always had great applications, so if y'all have an idea, know somebody that might have that idea, know somebody that might know somebody, let them know we're here to give money to help make it possible. And the single word to have a judgment on it, fun. We want to make the upstate fun. It's just vibrancy is a fancy word for fun. So let's all have fun today, and thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Phil. Before we get started, we are going to show a video. Jeff Summerall, who is in the back, always does a great job with these, of our recipients from last year.
Wanted to keep our neighborhood vibrant and alive, so we were trying to come up with ways that we could do that and keep the community intact. So we thought about having movies in the park. So with the grant, we were able to show a better quality movie that has piqued more interest. We were just showing a movie at Christmas time, and now we're extended that to showing them once a month during the summer months when school is out. And you know, it's not just kids, it's senior citizens that come with their lounge chairs. It's young couples that come with their younger children and spread out the blankets, and we just have a great time. It's family fun for everybody. It is great. We also furnish free refreshments. We always have popcorn. You can't have a movie without popcorn. We do plan to continue it 3 or 4 times during the summer and then on Christmas also. It is just wonderful, and I can't thank TATT at the top enough for funding this project for us to help us make a difference in our community.
The Piedmont Physic Garden, which is in Union, South Carolina, is a small botanical garden, and we are about a block from downtown Union, and we were one of the founders of the Environmental Art and Music Festival, which is going to take place in downtown Union. So we have 7 partners that are contributing to this downtown vibrancy initiative. We received seed money from the Elevate Upstate grant. It was a matching grant. We got $3,000, and we had to go and get another $3,000, $1,500 from the City of Union and $1,500 from the County of Union. It'll happen on the campus of USC Union at Patrons Park, where our vendor village will be. There'll be art shows going on at the USC Union in the main building. There'll be art shows going on in the library. There'll be an art stroll on downtown Union, and there'll be a sculpture exhibit at the Piedmont Physic Garden. So there's a lot going on. Originally, it was just going to be just an environmental art festival, and we added the music component to it. So that kind of rounds it out and makes it even more fun. The festival is all about just celebrating the beauty of Union County and the natural resources, because our natural resources are our biggest assets, along with our strong artist community. If we hadn't had the Elevate Upstate grant, it wouldn't happen.
Our project is the Charlestown's Art and Technology Experience. One of our primary goals for this first year was simply to just introduce the concept of this project. And because of the Hughes Foundation grant, we were able to produce this installation the way we envisioned it, and the results really went beyond our expectations. not only artistically, but also as far as community. Much more attendance than we expected, and the people who were there commented on the potential they felt this project had. And in fact, we're saying specific things that we had in our proposal of how each year we could be adding and growing the project. So it was very encouraging to see what potential this actually had. We had very good community support with the City of Travelers Rest, their town and art crawl. We involved Furman University and the art department at the Travelers Rest High School. We hired some art students, production assistants, and they were very helpful. But I think people really felt like the minimalistic design of our installation reflected Charlestown's spirit of adventure, exploration, and curiosity. So, thanks to the 10 at the Top Upstate Elevate Vibrancy Grant through the Hughes Foundation, this was all possible. And we feel like it was a very nice start to what looks like is going to be an annual event.
The success of the Upstate is really hinges on having people within your communities who understand that they have to invest in the community for it to be successful. And I think a great example of that is the Hughes Investments Elevate Upstate Grants. Phil Hughes and his family have recognized that supporting communities all over the upstate region is really important and plays a role in helping all of our communities become vibrant and have a sense of place. We can't thank Phil Hughes and the Hughes family enough for all they have done to support the Upstate through the Hughes Investment Elevate Upstate Grants.